The NASCAR world is still reeling from the controversial incident at Darlington that changed the entire outcome of Sunday's race. With just 4 laps to go, what seemed like a routine moment between Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace turned into one of the most debated wrecks of the 2025 season. And now, NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. has weighed in with some shocking comments about Kyle Larson's role in the crash. Did Bubba Wallace intentionally wreck Kyle Larson to help his boss Denny Hamlin win? Or was there more to this story? Dale Jr. has watched the footage over and over again, and what he's saying about Larson's actions has completely changed the narrative. Let's break down exactly what happened, why Dale Jr. is questioning Larson's driving, and how this single moment altered the entire race outcome. The Goodyear 400 at Darlington was coming down to a thrilling finish. Ryan Blaney had just passed Tyler Reddick for the lead with 4 laps remaining. Victory was within reach for Blaney after an impressive chase down. The crowd was on their feet. But then, chaos erupted coming out of Turn 2. Bubba Wallace, driving the number 23 Toyota for 2311 Racing, made contact with Kyle Larson's number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. The hit sent Larson spinning into the wall, bringing out the caution flag and sending the race into overtime. In that single moment, everything changed. The yellow flag erased Blaney's hard-earned lead. Instead of cruising to victory, the race would be decided by one final pit stop and restart. The result? Denny Hamlin, co-owner of 2311 Racing and Wallace's boss, took the checkered flag. Blaney finished 4th. Wallace came home 21st. Larson wound up 37th. Immediately, conspiracy theories erupted online. Did Wallace intentionally wreck Larson to help his team owner win? The timing couldn't have been more suspicious, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. saw something completely different when reviewing the footage. On his podcast, Dale Jr. Download, Earnhardt didn't hold back when analyzing the incident. His assessment of Kyle Larson's actions was absolutely brutal. Earnhardt said, "Bubba spins Larson and you can see clearly as they're exiting turn 2, Larson just kind of powers down. I wonder why he did that. I know Reddick got into the wall, but that was so far in front of him."
I think we'll be in a rhythm, having worked 5 races together at Amazon, and that should, we should be probably really grinding it out by then. But I'm excited about that, and it's awesome to be preparing for it. Back to the race. Late in the race, there was a debate. A couple debates. Bubba spins Larson, and you can see clearly as they're exiting turn 2, Larson just kind of powers down.
Yeah,
right?
big time.
Big time, yeah. I wonder why he did that.
Reddick on the wall right ahead of him.
I know, but I mean, even that was so far in front of me.
I don't know if he...
Dale Jr. was clearly puzzled by Larson's sudden deceleration, especially considering the distance between him and Reddick. I'm watching it, and I'm like, he's a long ways back. I wonder why he powered down so hard. He just... middle of 1 and 2 kind of went by Bubba, so he knows Bubba is right on his right rear full steam. That was surprising. Everybody was like, oh, Bubba did it on purpose, but he did not.
I know, I'm watching it, and I'm like, I've watched it over and over, and I'm like, hey, he's a long ways from Reddick. I wonder why he powered down so hard. He just, middle 1 and 2 just kind of went by Bubba, so he knows Bubba's right on his right rear full steam. So that was surprising. Everybody was like, oh, Bubba did it on purpose.
No.
But he did not. No. And the other conversation is this is the first race directly affected by the new DVP policy. So with the new policy allowing Larson and his team to go repair the car.
Wait, what? Dale Jr. is basically saying Larson created this situation by inexplicably slowing down despite knowing Wallace was directly behind him at full speed. That's a serious accusation from a NASCAR Hall of Famer. Let's rewind to understand exactly what happened in those crucial moments. On lap 290 of the 297-lap race, Team Penske's Ryan Blaney had finally caught Tyler Reddick's number 45 Toyota. The 2023 Cup Series champion pulled alongside Reddick in turn 2 and completed the pass at the exit. Reddick, trying to maintain control after being passed, bounced off the outside wall. This is where things get interesting. Larson, running behind Reddick, hit his brakes hard in response. But why? As Dale Jr. pointed out, Reddick was a considerable distance ahead of him. There wasn't any immediate danger that required such a drastic slowdown. Wallace, who was directly behind Larson at racing speed, couldn't react quickly enough to Larson's sudden deceleration. He made contact with Larson's rear bumper, sending the number 5 car spinning into the inside wall. The caution came out, Blaney lost his advantage, and Denny Hamlin capitalized on the final restart to take the win. When you look at it from this perspective, the whole Wallace wrecked Larson on purpose theory falls apart. But that hasn't stopped NASCAR fans from speculating wildly about the incident. After the race, Bubba Wallace spoke with Jeff Gluck of The Athletic to explain what happened from his perspective. Wallace confirmed that Larson checked up more than he anticipated after Reddick made slight contact with the wall. The sudden slowdown caught him off guard, leading to the contact. Interestingly, Wallace immediately apologized to Ryan Blaney, his best friend in the garage. The two were seen talking on pit road after the race, with Wallace whispering something to Blaney. When asked about this conversation, Blaney declined to reveal what was said. This hardly seems like the behavior of someone who intentionally caused a wreck. If Wallace had deliberately spun Larson, why would he apologize to Blaney? Furthermore, Wallace himself finished 21st, hardly benefiting from the incident personally. If this was some conspiracy to help Denny Hamlin win, Wallace certainly paid a price for it with a mediocre finish. To understand the full context, we need to look at Kyle Larson's entire race day at Darlington. It was a disaster from almost the very beginning. Just 4 laps into the Cup Series race, Larson spun out exiting turn 2 and slammed nose first into the inside backstretch wall. His crew spent most of the race working to repair the heavily damaged number 5 Chevrolet. Larson eventually returned to the track, hoping to salvage whatever points he could from the 297-lap race. For most of the event, his car was barely reaching NASCAR's minimum speed requirement. This context makes the later incident with Wallace even more perplexing. Why would Larson, already having a terrible day and driving a severely damaged car, make such an abrupt slowdown when Reddick was so far ahead? Was it a miscalculation? A momentary lapse in judgment? Or simply another mistake in what was already a forgettable day for the Hendrick Motorsports driver? Whatever the reason, Dale Earnhardt Jr. clearly believes the fault lies with Larson, not Wallace. Dale Earnhardt Jr. isn't the only respected voice in NASCAR to defend Bubba Wallace. Jeff Gluck, one of the most respected journalists in the sport, offered a similar take.
They're just trying to learn some things, and he sees Reddick go on the fence, right? And he was already starting to run high, so Larson gets on the brakes really hard. It felt like, I mean, if you look at Bubba's in-car camera,
he stopped pretty quick. It was like a sudden stop.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bubba didn't realize that Larson was going to check up that hard, slows down. I mean, he can't slow down in time. He slows down to some degree and plows into Larson, spins him out, which sets up this caution. Now, of course, everybody's, they come on Blaney's radio and they tell him, well, 23 spun out the 5 to, oh, isn't that convenient? The 45, Blaney's like, oh, great.
Teammate,
yeah, teammate thing.
Gluck, like Dale Jr., dismissed the conspiracy theories outright. I see all the conspiracy theorists out there, but I honestly don't give any credence to this at all. I think it was a completely honest mistake, coincidence.
Any credence to this at all? I think it was completely honest mistake, coincidence, but it did ruin Blaney's race though, because pit stop happens again, and Denny Hamlin's pit crew, who
when two of the most respected names in NASCAR racing analysis come to the same conclusion independently, it's worth paying attention to. Both Dale Jr. and Gluck saw the same thing. Larson's unexpected braking was the catalyst for this chain of events.